For our 8-day Red Rooster charter, 2014, we departed on November 3rd, Monday morning, bright and early, and began heading south. Now, this year, the idea was to make it down to Alijos Rocks and look for Wahoo. The Wahoo had been on a chew down there, more going on there than in the north part of the ridge. But so the idea was to start the trip there, spend a couple of days, and then work our way out for some offshore fishing, and then also to hit the ridge, the northern part of the ridge anyway. Look for a few more Wahoo and see if we can get some tuna or Dorado, as well as some yellowtail. And everything worked out. I even got a few Dorado, not a big school of them, but we got a few on the boat. Wonderful charter again. This time we roped in Bill Cavanaugh, the skipper of the trip. Andy got some time off, as did Tommy. Derek was still out with the back injury. So we had a fella skippering the boat, well experienced, has been around the San Diego fleet for a long time, but hadn't driven the Rooster before, worked with the crew. And I think he loved the boat as well as the crew. By far the best crew in the fleet. I say that after being on the water 30 days this past year and riding on a lot of good boats. The Red Rooster does stand out. We arrived at Alijos on let's see here, Wednesday. We had a full day of travel plus our first departure day. But we got in there in the afternoon, and that gave us enough time to get a few Wahoo. So the first day, I think we had 23, 29, something like that, the skins that came over the rail. And this type of fishing, we really didn't anchor up on a spot. We would troll, get a jig strike, and then we'd go ahead and toss out the lures and bombs and work on the drift. Things that worked. Certainly the bigger Marauders did real well. My old trusty black that has most of the paints cranked off of it, the biggest size braid, tracked well, did very well, caught a fish for me, got bit a second time, and sure enough, wound up getting my line sawed off by another fella. So that lure that has been working for me for 10 years is gone, time to replace it. There's some Strike Pro lures being used. Most of those tracked well and did well. However, I will say they didn't track as consistently well as did the braids. That's my takeoff of this trip. Great lures, but they are more speed dependent, I think, than the big braids. The other thing that worked well in New Missouri, that piece did very well on their sashimi bonita. A little bit smaller in size, but still gets noticed very well and tracks well. I did not try with the Strike Pro Deep Diver. I have no doubt that thing would have worked well on this trip too. But really, on this type of fishing, with 4 lines going off the back looking for Wahoo, it's important to stagger the lines out, and have things that run pretty consistently, nothing too different. Other stuff that worked, Well, as you'll see later on, our wounded swimmer lure, I think, took some of the first fish and was a consistent producer of wahoo. That is a great lure, not only for tuna but for wahoo. The shape of the thing gets noticed, the colors get noticed. It's rigged right with a single hook on a swivel, as sharp as you can get. That was a big plus, and it's a pretty slick lure, so it'll slide through that wahoo's mouth, and you're going to impale it on the hook. I think the hook sets on that are better than I've seen from most anything else. And it was used to good effect by the other guys as well as myself. So wahoo, oftentimes you're going to go through 3 fish to catch one, and some of the guys were snake bit that way. I was pretty lucky the first day, and I went 2 for 2, but the second day, sure enough, whatever could go wrong went wrong, and I got sawed off once. I got scraped up by the wahoo once and lost the lure. I do not fish my stuff on a wire. I'll fish all of them on straight mono. I think I get bit better, and I think that was pretty well indicated. Another lure that worked pretty well was our basically our version of the Raider jig. The Raider jigs are made out of steel these days, so they don't have the same drop or the same weight at all. It's a cheap imitation of the old original. We make a product that is almost as I can call it a knockoff, but ours is still made out of brass. That would be our Wahoo Ripper lure. A couple of guys were using these things with some tinsel, the WTP tape wrapped on the tail end of the lure, and that, it looked kind of goofy, but I think it worked pretty well. I saw that used and caught a few fish. Other than that, I didn't see much going on in terms of bait. Maybe somebody got it, but I wasn't watching that. The lures did real well. The trolling stuff did real well. On the skins.
все на земле похожие.
Ти собі сама, ти собі сама, ти собі сама, ти собі сама. Ти нові ключі вставила в замок. Я не міг зайти, я стояв і мов. Випали 2 дні, валить на дні, а весна така земна. Ти собі сама, ти собі сама, ти собі сама, ти собі сама, ти собі сама.
хочешь, не хочешь, верь. Разбегусь и толкну дверь. Я должна тебя забывать. Я сначала должна начать. И никак, а с нами было все не так. А я любила тебя, дурак. Но бой окончен, белый флаг. И никак, ведь с нами было все не так. Ведь я любила тебя, дурак. Ведь я любила тебя.
If you look closely, you're going to see this round shape coming up next to this wahoo they're trying to gap. Now, that's your basic tiger shark. And we lost a few of the tigers. Now, there were 2 tigers that wound up jumping on one fish next to the boat. This one comes up right next to the tigers. Now, they're a little slower in moving, but my gosh, anything that gets into that mouth gets sucked in.
А с нами было все не так. А я любила тебя, дурак. Но бой окончен, белый флаг. И никак, ведь с нами было все не так. Ведь я любила тебя, дурак. Ведь я любила тебя.
We caught a mess of tuna when we were out. I didn't put any video of that. We got plenty of tuna video this past year with all that we caught. But I did, stick in one little section on the yellowtail there, fishing, where I was fishing a dropper loop on Tiburon 16 and a pretty stout rod, composite 70 HP. That dropper loop fishing, I think, has proved itself more effective than the iron this year. Could be water temperature related. The fish holding deeper, maybe a little bit cooler water, because it was probably in the low 80s when we were out on the ridge. But the dropper loop almost seemed like almost every time down you got bit. And that, it may not be the most exciting fishing compared to tossing iron if you're hyperactive, but when the fish bite that consistently, that ain't too bad. Just a quick PS. Here we are, 60, 80 miles off the coast of Mexico, 500 miles from San Diego, and this skiff starts driving up to us, up to the stern. And I look on the back, and sure enough, I see, well, that's one of our lures. That's our big deep diver in the pink ghost pattern. And I look closer, and I see a couple of red reels. The guys come up closer to the boat, and the fella yells out, "Hey, shark bait!" And sure enough, it turns into being one of our clients. They were looking for some bait from us, and we, of course, helped them out with the bait, and they helped us out with some beer, which was a good thing because we had these 4 guys from Colorado aboard who literally drank the boat out of beer. So it was nice to hook up with those guys for sure for the next couple of days of the trip. They were a big help to our guys from Colorado. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. We'll see you again in 2015 with more great fishing trips. Hope you get to come out with us. Bye-bye.